Today marks the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks, and I wanted to give my thoughts on it. I remember back then I was coming home from school. I was in South Africa at the time, so we were about, I think, 6 or 7 hours ahead. So it was about 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and there was a radio on our school bus, and we heard about this World Trade Center thing, and I was like, what is going on? And when we came home, my mom turned on the TV and we just saw images of, I think, probably the South Tower had collapsed and there was just smoke and stuff, and people were fleeing, for lack of a better word, out of Manhattan. But it was only much later when they replayed everything, and you can believe people had hijacked planes and flown them into buildings. I'd never seen anything like it. And for me, growing up in the 90s and remembering a world before 9/11, I remember when we went to Australia and we flew on Qantas, and we were young kids and they let us sit in the cockpit. The flight attendant knocked on the door, waited a few minutes. I mean, it was locked, but that we sat in there. I mean, kids today probably would never get that opportunity to do that, and that's sad. I think domestically in the US, the airline security wasn't that great. I think for most European countries and other countries, they still had a bit more stricter airline security because they had more experience with terrorism. But yeah, I think it changed the world in ways that people don't even think about. Like, even opening a bank account today is more onerous and complex because of the 9/11 terrorist attacks. Because the terrorists were able to move money around freely, there was a worldwide push. In fact, I think it's international law that banks around the world have to have certain information about their customers. That's why you need a proof of address for everything. And yeah, it's sad. I think about those people and what they went through all the time. I don't know why I took an interest in 9/11. I mean, I have no personal connection to anyone who was killed or harmed in those attacks, but I don't know. I went into depression after that. I don't know. I've always read about it and thought about it a lot more for some reason. So yeah. One particular story or individual who died that stuck out for me in that it resonated with me personally was this guy by the name of Matthew Horning. I think he worked for Marsh and McLennan in the North Tower, I think in the 95th floor. What resonated with me was that he worked in technology like I did. I think when I heard about his story, we were like the same age, and he just seemed to be he was dating a girl. He was going to get married to her. They were planning a life together, and his life was cut short. Obviously, when the plane hit, he couldn't leave, and that just hit home for me how these were ordinary people who had nothing, didn't deserve this. No one deserved this. It was horrendous, and I think the only way you can move forward and look at this is to think of trying to live my life and your life in the best way that you can to honor these people and what they went through. But genuinely, there isn't. I wouldn't say there's not a day that goes by, but at least not a week that goes by where I don't think about those people and what happened to them. I don't know why, but yeah, 9/11 touched me in a way that I couldn't really understand. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. So bye bye.